Greetings from all of us here in the house of Mima. How have you been? How's everything with you? I have missed you guys. And I want to appreciate you for all of the love, prayer, and support during the time that we're working hard to bring you new episodes of your show. The very first case we are treating is the case of something very extreme. It is called SADOMASOCHISm. The short form of it is called BDSM, where you tie or you inflict pain onto an individual for your own sexual satisfaction. It's going to get interesting today. We have clients in the house already, and my team members cannot wait to jump on this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Lifelines with Mima. Before the break, I talked to you about a very delicate topic we're going to be treating today. With me now, I have Mr. Bayo. Let us meet him. Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for honoring our invitation.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask, what kind of marriage do you have? How would you rate your current marriage?
Mima, you know, there is no perfect human being on earth.
True.
And I swear there is no perfect marriage anywhere. True. But I would rate my marriage 85% perfect. Okay. 85%, yeah.
I see. Okay. And how about your sex life? Do you have a fulfilling sex life?
Of course. Wonderful sex life with my lovely wife. No challenges on that aspect.
Okay.
We are okay, we are good.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard about the word sadomasochism?
Sadomasochism. Okay. Yeah, of course. I have a little idea of that word. I think it has to do with violence, sexual violence or something like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And is it something that you may be involved with?
Me? Mima, no. No such thing in my life. Abba.
Okay.
No.
I see.
Yeah.
All right then. A few days ago, we got a report. Somebody tipped us off that you practice this, and I'd like us to talk about it today. What is in it for you?
Me?
Yes.
Practice such an act? Abba. First of all, I don't cheat on my wife. That's number one. Mm-hmm. And number two, I don't discuss my sexual life with my wife. I don't discuss it with any other outsider. Who could be that person? No, that's not me. I don't involve in such an act. No.
Okay.
I don't think it's me.
Okay. Let's invite your wife then, and we'll take it from there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Before the break, I introduced you to Mr. Bayo, and with me now I have Mrs. Bayo, who has joined us. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you very much.
And let's hear from her. Let's see. So, a few days ago, you reported a case of sexual violence between you and your husband. Please tell me, what really is this condition? What is this to you?
Oh, Auntie. It's a terrible one. After 4 kids, my body is no longer flexible. Tying me with ropes like a Christmas goat. My legs wide open like a woman in a labor room. Beating and banging. It ought to be with joy and not pain. I am not enjoying it.
I see.
So painful.
And how long have you endured this? When did it start?
It all started like a joke. One day he came in and said we should try something naughty. We did it. Tying off my hands. And so on. I never enjoyed it.
I see. Oh, please calm down. Please calm down. Tell me, what kind of relationship do you have with him outside of the bedroom?
Mima, this is so pathetic.
I know.
I love my husband. He has been there for me, not just me, my entire family.
I see.
But our sexual life is like war.
So, you know how I picked you up from gutters, brushed you, refurbished you, not just you, but your entire family.
No, I can't
The only
take
thing you could do is to come here to embarrass me, to discuss our private life in public.
I need him to understand how to make love. It's not all about killing. I can die any moment. I think if he doesn't stop, I will have to quit. I will quit if he doesn't stop.
Calm
no
down,
more, Mima.
please.
No
That's
more.
the only thing you know. That's only how you know to
I
pay
am
me back.
tired of this old scenario. How can he tie me up, strangle me? Is that love? Is that to make it tackle?
And we can't settle it at home. We cannot settle this
I
at
am
home.
tired of suffering in
You are tired.
silence. This is
You
a
will
marriage of
soon go back to your father's house. You are tired.
11 years.
Wow, 11 years is a long time.
We have 4
It's a long
kids.
time.
BC, I promise you, I will deal with you. You will pay for this.
Calm down, sir.
You will surely pay for this. I'm telling you, I swear.
Calm down, sir.
I swear with my father's grave, you will pay for this. I will
Calm
deal
down.
with you.
Calm down, sir. Please,
I didn't know
gotten to
this.
that.
I didn't know. This
I
is why
care no more.
I
I
didn't know
care not. What else would you do to me?
I never knew this why I was brought
You
here.
want to strangle me? You want to kill me?
Sorry.
Go ahead. I care less for anything.
You come back home to me.
Sir, you don't
Mima.
want your wife to get to a point that she's like
This
this.
is a private life.
Calm
My
down.
sexual life,
Calm down,
she's
but it's
discussing
killing
with some
her
people
slowly.
else.
It's killing her slowly. You cannot continue like this. Please calm down and listen to her. Okay?
I love my husband. I know he can help me. I want him to help me. Let's stop. Let's resolve this whole thing. That's why I came here. Again, he has refused I do family planning,
I see.
which
Why
has
is
resulted into 4 abortions this year.
Could you stop this, BC?
That is crazy! I can't stop it! I'm going crazy!
So he forces you to have abortions.
Oh, yes.
Is this true, sir? Wow.
If this doesn't stop, I might lose it. I will just die.
You won't die. I'm so sorry.
In fact, if it doesn't stop it, I quit. I
You
care no
better
more.
quit because I'll so deal with. BC, I'll kill you. Watch and see.
Sir, let's not go down this route. Okay? Madam, please calm down. Take a minute. Please calm down. At this point, I think it's time for us to take the matter into our situation room. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Lifelines with Mima. And today we're treating the topic of masochism. Heaven help me. Okay. As you've seen earlier, our client came with this issue. I'm here now with my teammates to discuss the matter and see what they would advise and what their various opinions are.
Well, BDSM is commonly practiced in the Western world, but it's kind of new here. Reported cases. It's actually okay if it's consensual. The two parties agreed to all acts. There's a safe word, but according to the information that came to us from our clients, this is not the case here. It's rather on the extreme. So it means it's a critical case that should be assessed, and we should actually give our advice and opinions on it. But I do think that we can give very good opinion on this. So.
Okay. How about you, Mrs. Elizabeth? What do you think about this subject?
In my own opinion, as a human being, marriage is meant to be enjoyed. But in this case, this woman has been I don't know how to put it, enjoying it or enduring it for 10 years. Now she came up with the idea of, it's okay, I have had enough. My life is on the line. I have kids. I no longer want it. But this is the husband's way of life, or how to enjoy his wife. BDSM, as we have mentioned it, I think she needs help, and the husband needs more help.
I see. Okay. How about you, Malam Ajibo?
Thank
what do you think?
very much. I don't need to even think. It's a very, very nice topic. Mima, you have done well. You see, there is an idiotic expression that says another man's food is another man's poison. 10 years is a very good time. So I don't think why the woman will come out at this particular time. She had not told us the whole truth. Is my opinion anyway. And remember, and don't forget, put it at the back of your head that marriages are for better, for worse. She had been in this business for 10 years. Why coming out now? It's like she has seen another partner. She is looking for escape route. They are in this thing together. So we have to really find out the root causes of the problem. Why she came to Mima.
Wow. Okay. Now, so moving forward now, if this becomes a case of, okay, she's saying he needs to get help or he needs to stop, and he is not willing to stop, what can she do to get out of this? Remember that her family, they are not so wealthy, and this man has been responsible for most of their financing. Even her sick mother, he's the one that pays. So part of the reason why she has endured this for that long is because of what he does for her and her family. So in this case now, she probably cannot afford a lawyer. So where does she go? What does she do if she wants out?
Well, I'm assuming they have kids already. They have kids.
They do.
So if they do have kids, and this is what the situation is, she can, and anytime she has a physical injury or anything, there's a provision for that. There's an agency that takes care of that, not PEP, because we have a constitutional right to the dignity of person. Even in May 2013, the Violence Against Persons Bill was passed by the National Assembly. Yes, it's not a law right now, but it just indicates that there's support ready to be given. So if she goes to NAPEP and actually bring her issue before them, they may call the man and drop some kind of contract between them to protect her kids and also herself financially and all that. But I do believe that if they've been in 11 years of marriage, as she attempted having a real talk with her husband, if he can go for mandated therapy to see if it could possibly something that he could do to maybe make it safer, or if not totally eliminate it, because I don't want to advise the first thing you have to do is leave your marriage. No, we have to try and see if we can do some consolation. But in the extreme event that is not successful, they can actually go to the agency and we can give her some legal advice that could help her. But we're hoping that things work out better for them without having to go that way. That's just my own viewpoint on this issue.
Okay, so Mama Majaba, what do you want to add to this before we go?
Let me add very quickly. You see, anybody that is doing well should continue doing well. For the woman, they should have what they call a heart-to-heart. Maybe they change style. It could be the room they are using. These are factors that could cause or trigger distance. And something you have enjoyed for 10, 11 years, you now come at the tail end that you don't want, let them go back to the drawing board and change another style. So that at the end of the day, everybody will be happy. Because the man is already used to this GSM, he is already used to. So to debrief him, it will take like another 10 years. So I think the woman should talk to the husband. Maybe they should change the environment. It will debrief the man. But in separating them totally, I think it is a very wrong move.
You don't agree with that?
No, I actually don't agree, because we should remember the fact that it was on the basis of his financial wealth and everything. She was at a disadvantage when they got married. She never at any point really enjoyed the act. She just endured the act. So at this point where she finally found her voice, she shouldn't be castigated in any form for finding her voice after 11 years. At any time, you are allowed and permitted to speak out when it's enough. So the man has to come to realization that this is the place she is at now, and he has to meet her halfway in order to keep this marriage. So the duty is actually on the husband to discharge right now, not on the wife, because the wife have endured this for so long. And of course, she has to consider her mother who was sick, and of course now her kids. So there are a lot of things that went along with it. That's the reason why. So you could say she was sentenced and was serving a sentence, but right now she's ready to speak up, and she shouldn't be. I don't think
she doesn't care what happens.
Yes, so
right
I think she should be actually lauded for what she did. Not.
Okay, what do you have to add to this before we go?
Well, finally, I agree to giving the man a mandatory therapy. Mandatory therapy, not asking him if he's willing to, because the woman has explained and has complained that she's no longer.
Well, the problem is that they have been in this marriage for 10 to 11 years, and they have brought this complaint to Mima. Our problem is to solve it for them. But you people have been silencing the woman. She will lose financially. She will lose the kid. What of the man? Aren't we considering the man? It's a party, both of them. Now we are just saying the woman. This man has been enjoying this thing for 11 years. Now you want to break his hand and remove it, and the man shouldn't cry? We too will have blood in our blood.
I see. What do you think?
Well, in this case, that is where we now need to reason with the man if this is what he enjoys doing. We cannot deprive him because, like you said, marriage is for better, for worse. And probably this is the worst. So how are we going to balance the equation? I think the man needs to undergo therapy. The therapy will come up because this act may be connected to a psychiatric problem. It may be a condition. Or we find out from the man if probably we need to trace back how he grew up or what has happened to him in the past that brought up this kind of act. If it is natural, then we have to find a balanced level for both of them to benefit. I think
Thank you so much. Yeah, for me, usually as therapists and counselors, we like to trace problems from the very beginning. Nobody is born that way. He must have picked it up from somewhere. Some of them have been sexually abused. Some of them have been introduced into sex in that violent manner. And so the only way they can get satisfaction is to engage in that. And of course, you know, it can have damaging effect, especially if the other party is not enjoying it. You know, it's okay. Whatever you do in your bedroom and you're both consenting adults, it's fine. But when you now have one party saying, hey, I can't take this anymore, then something has to be done. He will either take therapy or she walks out of the marriage. At the end of the day, I hope that they take the right decisions. I thank you all for your contributions. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Lifelines with Mima, and we're still talking about sexual violence. In this case, I have with me Mr. Bayo and Mrs. Bayo. And they, before the break, told us what the problem is. Madam, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about your pain. I'm sorry that you had to carry this burden for so long. I know that your heart is breaking, and I appreciate the fact that despite everything, you still love your husband. And instead of thinking of running away, you are thinking of solutions. And there is true love, because true love stays. True love works through things. And so this is exactly what we're going to do for you. Please, sir, I want to expressly say to you that this is not right. This form of sex is acceptable if it is enjoyable by both parties. There are some women that don't mind being gagged during sex. They don't mind being handcuffed, tied up, beaten up. It is their own turn on, and that is fine. The problem now is that if you are addicted to that and your spouse doesn't like it, then you will have continuous issues. How we treat it, this particular condition in therapy, is we put you on medication. At the same time, we do a lot of psychotherapy for you, because this has to be traced from somewhere. Most people that do this have been sexually abused or molested at some point in their lives, and that's where they take this from. Or they've been through traumatic experiences that sort of turns things around for them. And so in therapy, what we're going to be doing is exploring that, finding out where this is even coming from, where it started from. And if need be, our psychiatrist will put you on medication while we work through therapy. And of course, your wife is broken emotionally too. She would need a lot of therapy. She would need a lot of psychotherapy, talking to her, counseling her, and all of that to bring peace back to your marriage. I'd like to ask, sir, please, would you commit to this process? Will you promise me that this treatment program, you will follow through it from now till 6 months, and at the end of the day, you come back to testify about the difference that you have felt?
Okay. That's fine. Initially, I was not. I'm sorry for my outburst of anger.
Okay.
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 It's all because of her actions and reactions towards that. I'm sorry for my outburst of
That's
wrath.
okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
I will think about it, but I will also plead that you cut the period of months shorter,
Okay.
so that it will not affect my work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll find a way around it. Madam, how about you? Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing. Anything that will bring peace back to my home. Anything that will bring love back.
I see. Thank you. There you have it. Healing has begun. Reconciliation has started. No matter how bad your situation is, there's nothing that you cannot turn around. There's no problem out there going as a team together that you may not be able to walk through. I'll be right back. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. As you have heard and seen from our discussants and also the couple involved, sexual violence is a terrible thing. So many people have so different fantasies. The question is, how does your fantasy affect your partner? Does it matter, if your partner is not enjoying what you enjoy? Is it possible for you and your partner to get to a compromise, to a meeting point? Is it important as a young couple or even before marriage to expose your sexual fantasies, to let your spouse in on what he or she should be expecting from you, instead of waiting and going into a marriage and then you begin to exhibit things that are unimaginable? I don't judge people, and I don't advise anybody to judge people, but you see, it has to be mutual. When you have one person suffering, it's absolutely wrong. Another thing I must expressly state here is that this thing that you do, and you have men getting their wives pregnant and blaming their wives for being pregnant and eventually forcing them to go through having abortions, is horrible. If you do not want to have more children as a man, then you should take protective measures. You should protect yourself and your wife as well. It's really unfair and highly risky to continue to torment her by getting her pregnant and insisting that she terminate it. From all of us here, and until we see you next time, always remember that you don't need to go through life's issues alone. You know why? Mima cares.